jetzt 3 Stunden fast unterwegs gewesen. Zu meiner Freundin, der Sarah Brown. Sie ist eine alte Stuntfreundin von mir und lebt da völlig off-grid. She's been living alone in the wilderness for almost 10 years in the high desert where the nearest store is 1 hour away. She has no car, only a bit of solar electricity, no plumbing, just a shared well on her neighbor's land. She survives on barely $2,000 a year, covering only internet and property tax. Everything else she creates with her own 2 hands. Her home, once half a shipping container, is now shaped mostly from clay. She's built 2 ovens, a smokehouse and a ceramic kiln. She cultivates the land, keeps a garden, but mostly lives off the wild plants that grow nearby. She crafts giant stone staircases, furniture, clothing, pots, baskets, brushes, toothbrushes, soap, everything she can, made by hand from the wild. Erst gefunden. Ich habe gerade 2 mega schwere Foodtaschen und Trader Joe's haben noch etwas mitgebracht. Hello. What are you making?
This is our acorn flour that we were going to eat today. I didn't get it all ground up before you came.
Making your own flour out of acorns?
So I dry them before I can store them, so that they don't mold or sprout. So this is my hybrid tiny house. It's a shipping container that I'm doing a cob edition, but I covered it all with cob so it insulates it and it looks beautiful, and the materials are free and non-toxic. It stays cool in the summertime. I have an overhang so the sun doesn't come in, and then the roof is really well insulated. I have insulation behind here that's natural, I got from the land, and then I put this over the top of it so it's like a drywall. But it's just weeds and clay from my land.
And I love how you paint everything.
I use rusty iron and vinegar that you soak for a few weeks, and when you paint it on, the iron reacts with the tannins in the wood and creates this dark color. And because I was here without a car or a job, I was trying to figure out how can I fix this up without needing money or needing to go anywhere. The ceiling, this is all dead wood from the land. The walls, I painted from clay and white flour and sand. The floor is made from clay, sand, chopped straw, coated with linseed oil. I made most of the stuff in here, like I made this from a deer hide, and I actually made the paint myself too. Can you see the yellow and the red? There are rocks from my creek bed that I crushed up and I mixed with deer hide glue that I made. So I had a lot of deer hides that hunters gave me, and I was making stuff with it. I had to get all the flesh and guts off of it and stretch it and clean it. I made this from yucca. Probably it would take me 2 weeks.
Clothes that you're
Some
making?
of the stuff I made.
Ah, so cool.
Yeah, that's from a roadkill squirrel. Roadkill couture.
Sie hat das alles selber gemacht. Sie tut ihre Goats smoken. Dort hinten hat sie angefangen, eine Sauna zu graben. Sie verkauft jetzt hier alles und zieht nach Mexiko. Jetzt hat sie das 7 Jahre lang gemacht. Hier. Und jetzt sind nämlich die Nachbarn eingezogen mit einem Generator und jetzt ist es mega laut hier. Und für das kommst du nicht hier in die Wilderness, oder? You made this one too?
Yeah.
My goodness.
It's like a beautiful meditation just to go out and just pick the wood. Someone might look at this and think of it as work. This is my fun. The only time I've used my martial arts kicking skills is to knock branches off of trees. It's connection. Woo! These are seeds from the biscuit root plants. They taste like celery. I also eat the greens and the flowers. Let's see. I think that might be enough. For me, it's not necessarily work. It's just like engaging in my reality, you know? I mean, people go on walks. It's like a walk on steroids because I'm accomplishing something.
All right.
Shall we cook? These are better when I leach them whole, but it takes 3 weeks because then that keeps the starch in, and they're stickier. You lose a lot of starch when you leach them the way I did. Oh my gosh, they're really not sticking together.
Thank you.
Okay, let me get the lemon.
I think it's great. I love the acorn flour. It's really good. It's too much work for me.
the grinding and everything, but who knows? If you were trying to live off the land and you were trying to grow a staple food, do you know how much work it would be?
Because it grows already in nature.
You don't have to water it. You don't have to protect it. You don't have to fertilize. You don't have to do anything except harvest it and then grind it and stuff. I don't do anything. The natives that used to live here didn't practice agriculture because they had acorns. I feel rich because the land is just giving me free food. There's still acorns there. I couldn't collect them all. There were so many. Wow. So I had some food in my teeth I want to clean out, and I'm going to show you how I do it. When I harvest the yucca plant for soap, I cut all the sharp, pointy tips off, use it as a toothpick to clean my teeth, and then on the other side, where the fibers are, I just chew it, so you got that fibers, and then I brush my teeth with it.
Did you figure this out yourself?
Mm-hmm. I get a new one every day. It helped my gum stop bleeding.
It's so cool. Look at mine.
The soap in it is antibacterial, viral, anti-inflammatory, I think, too.
Holy shit. So from the same plant, you use scrubbies, you make soap, you make baskets, you have toothbrush, toothpick,
laundry detergent, and shampoo.
And plant water at the end. Crazy, other? Talking about eating your own animals, you ate your first chicken. How was that?
Better than I thought it would be. I had to kill this rooster because it was so aggressive and violent. First time ever butchering an animal. I lost friends over it because they were vegans. And when I posted pictures of it, they were so upset. And since then, I have butchered rabbits and I butchered 2 goats. One of them was one that I raised. In fact, let me show you that. This is the last leg that I smoked and dried. They were like my friends, and I liked having them around. But the mountain lion had killed 3 of my males and left the oldest, weakest one. I didn't want him to be left alone, and I needed meat. This is actually a year old, and it's still edible. I take a saw and I cut it, and then I put it in my solar oven, and I'll cook it all day. I built my smokehouse so I could smoke a whole goat, and this was the second goat that I smoked in there. I ate the testicles, I ate the heart, I ate the liver. It was so delicious, and I needed it because I'm an hour from the nearest store. This was the stomach, and I shaped it in a bowl shape, and when you put a light behind it, it's just gorgeous. And this is the testicle sack. People say you can't love animals and eat them. I do. I loved my animal, and I ate him. I just have a different perspective on life and death.
How did you kill such a goat with such huge balls? Wasn't that a fight?
I don't own a gun. I asked my neighbor if I could borrow his. I just walked up behind him, and I felt like a cold-ass gangster because it was so easy for me to do. And pulling a trigger, that's like nothing. I just wanted to eat him instead of the mountain lion. I needed the food, you know. I was so grateful for that meat. And that meat lasted me about 4 months.
What about rattlesnakes?
I've had probably over 50 encounters with rattlesnakes in the last 10 years. And I've never had a bad encounter. They have to defend themselves, though. Dogs attack them all the time, so that's why they get bit. They would rather get away from you than fight with you. I have a beautiful relationship with them and all the wildlife. You know, the more you listen and let them show you who they are, you'll see a totally different side than if you just go by what people tell you they are.
She got a plastic rag, nail shellac, 3-inch heels, that clickety clack. She got a Gucci bag, Gucci wax, got none of that, and that's a fact. I live in a shack, my nails are black, from my garden out back. I need a bath, I smell like the earth. Always what I need, birds and trees. I can wash off the dirt, can you wash off the greed?
Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Thank the earth for providing all this beauty and abundance. The joy I feel here is so extreme. The peace. The love that I feel from the land, the softness, like there's a softness that's just, it's heaven. Everything is feeding me. And I feel like in the city, everything's just taking, you know. All I want to do is live harmoniously with it because it's so beautiful and so divine and so perfect. I just want to encourage people to see the perfection in nature, learn from it, and let it take a bigger role in your life. Let it heal you. It is my wish for everyone to find the kind of joy and ecstasy I have found in it.